Good morning and welcome to everyone who has joined this platform, Righteous by Design Incorporated Bible Study Group. This platform was initially created for us to grow deeper in our faith, to understand God's will for our life, because God and His Word are one. And in order for you to know who He is or understand His will, you have to be a student of His Word, because that's who He is. That's how He validates anything. So even your believing by faith, it has to stem from the Word, because you believe by the hearing of the Word, and His kingdom runs on faith, and that faith is built and stirred from His Word. And that's why this platform was established, for us to grow in faith, for us to be student of His Word, because the day is going to come when the Bible will not be there anymore, and only what you have hid in your heart is what the Holy Spirit will be able to tap into to help you during your time of testing. That's why He said, my word have I hid in your heart, that I would not sin against you. So we have to hide His word in our heart. And how we do that is by studying. And then after we have studied comes meditation, because the meditation part is crucial, because it's what moves the word from our head into our spirit, where it becomes fruitful. It cannot become fruitful from our head. It becomes fruitful from in our spirit. And so I just want to welcome everyone to this platform, and I am looking forward for the study that we have this week. Engage, be committed to God's word. God is real. For all those who are still trying to in the valley of decision, trying to decide whether God is real or if He's theoretical, or if this is just a myth from a book, I can tell you from my own life, I don't have to use the testimony of anyone else. I can tell you from my own life that God is real. Yes, He's a spirit, just as you are a spirit, housed in a soul, living in a body. And just as He has the capacity to reveal Himself to you in your physical environment, so you can meet His real person. But that hunger is stirred from studying His Word. This is why we're doing what we're doing. This is why we're engaging in these Bible studies, because we want Him to manifest. And I have been privileged to now live in His manifested presence. But I paid the price for that. I can tell you. I went on a retreat. I studied. I prayed. I am committed to my 3 a.m. and 4 a.m. praying right through to the morning. Everything in this kingdom comes with sacrifice. Because you see, God has already given all for us. He gave His Son, His only begotten Son. He have already made the ultimate sacrifice. And so now it's our turn to show Him just how much we appreciate that sacrifice. So this is where you come now and you give Him your own sacrifice. Because it's your way of telling Him, Lord, I am so grateful for Jesus. I'm so grateful for what He did for me. And so now here I am giving myself back to you as my way of saying thank you. All right? So that is the purpose of this platform, for us to grow our faith. And as you continue to engage on the platform, I will then continue to expose the ultimate assignment of the ministry, which is called Righteous by Design Incorporated. Right? Me personally, I am a spiritual wellness coach. And that what is, God has assigned me a task to look after our new converts. 80% drop out of church after baptism. After 2 months, they drop out. Why they drop out is because there's no one caring for them. After they become converted and baptized, they are left on their own to try to figure out this whole thing called salvation. And that's where I come in. That's where God has assigned me to help our new converts, to nurture them until they become disciples, as well as those that are growing in their faith, but for some reason you have hit a plateau or you have become stagnated. Again, I am also available to help you get unstuck. I spend a lot of time in God's presence because I want him to be the one to teach me to understand how his kingdom works. And one of the things I can tell you, when you start studying the Bible, view the Bible from the perspective that it's a book of laws and principles. So in that way, when you do an inventory of your life, when you see there's an area in your life that's not working, you can then go to the Bible and see which law are you violating, why that area is not working, or see which law you have not engaged, you have not activated, to see why that area is not working. Either way, those would be the two options. It would be either you are violating a law or you have not adhered to one. So again, view the Bible as what it is, a book of laws and principles. As long as we comply with the laws, our life, the areas of our life are going to work. This is how God designed it. So many times we often say, oh, why is God punishing this person? Or why is God doing this? God does not punish anyone. The laws he put in place are the ones that do the punishing. Now let me give you an example to explain what I mean. If you go on top of a building and you jump off the building, you're obviously going to land on the pavement or the concrete, and then you would probably split your head open, you'd break your arms, you would even die. No, who dealt with you? Was God the one that dealt with you? No, the law of gravity did. So this is what I'm talking about. Everything in this kingdom, everything designed on this earth runs on laws and principles. So if you violate a law, the law is what's going to punish you, not God. If you adhere to a law, the same thing. If you adhere to the law works for you. Again, I could give you one that you adhere to. Now, if you are a person that is not paying your tithes and offering, if you are not giving to the poor, you are not seeking out needs in your community and try to help. A family might be out of food. You can prepare a hot meal home and go and serve it to that family. Now, if you are not adhering to the law of giving, then kingdom prosperity, you would never become wealthy, not via the kingdom. Because that law is what activates kingdom prosperity. It's what activates the covenant when you start giving. So I'm just using these as examples to show you and explain the Bible, its laws and its principles. So when something is working in your life, it's because you are in compliance with the law that governs that area. If an area is not working, then you are either violating the law or you have not adhered to the law. But either way, start viewing the Bible as laws and principles. This is why God asks us to be obedient. And this is why in Joshua 1 verse 8, he tells us this book of the law, he himself called it a law. We just missed that. He said this book of the law shall not depart from your mouth, but you shall meditate therein day and night. And be careful to observe and to do all that which is written in there. So that way you would make your way prosperous and you will have good success. So he himself called it a book of laws. So again, this welcome to Righteous by Design Bible Study Group as we dive into the Word so that we can get every area of our lives working. And I can tell you that my life is working now. My life is working since I have given God full control. My life is now working. So until you get tired of your situation, because that's what he said in Genesis, that when you get restless, you're going to rise up and break that yoke. And how you're going to break that yoke is by using his word. All right? So let's engage wholeheartedly in this study platform. Because then our ultimate goal is to become kingdom giants for him, to be battle axe that he can use. Don't you want to be used by God? I mean, to command the exploits? Why settle for ordinary when you can be extraordinary? So welcome to Righteous by Design Bible Study Group. See you on the platform on Facebook. Have a good day.